Hello and welcome to Jasiri. We hope you had a restful weekend despite the outcome of the match. I'm so heartbroken, but we have to move actually. We had to pull one of our sports editor out of News Central this morning to help us to navigate the disappointing news. We have Tunde Koiki in the house. What do you think? Honestly, did we actually, underestimate the Ivorian elephants because they trampled upon us?
Yeah.
First and foremost, first and foremost, I want to start with a musical reference. Don't you worry, child. See, heaven's got a plan for you.
Tunde said it was something of a Hollywood movie. I told him he's a merchant of false hope.
No, that is not true. I came here on this show and I did say very clearly that onto the hands of the Lord we commit our team. I did not give anybody false hope. This team. No, that's not true. Because the facts were very clear. Coming into this competition, nobody expected this team to get this far.
Why? What is the issue with this team?
Okay, before this competition started, we had already had the FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Yeah. They had drawn with football menus like Lesotho, like Zimbabwe.
See, that's a problem.
It is what it is.
Now you're changing
Lesotho.
Everybody said, "Oh, Nigeria is going to win." Do you know why? Because it's easy, and it was easy for us to underestimate the elephants of
Ivory Coast.
Yes. Yes. So I think you are just playing nice. We underestimated them, punto, as we usually do. You ask anybody on the street who's going to win out.
It was a foregone conclusion.
No, to be honest, right? The reason why everyone had...
And look at, they played a solid game.
Yeah, to be honest, the reason why everybody had hope coming to this match was this team had done way beyond their remit. Nobody expected them to get this far.
Wow.
Coming to this final, they had
the
best defensive record. Normally, anyone who has watched sports for as long as I have will tell you that defenses win tournaments, attacks win games. This team had the best defense in the competition, but they just chose the wrong day to have an off day. Going into this game, they had only considered two goals in the entire tournament. They now considered 2 goals in one game. It wasn't just, it was a very workmanlike performance. They were not intense. They defended most of the time. And like I said earlier this morning.
Would you say we're tired?
Would you say the boys were tired?
It's a possibility.
Because somebody actually said they were playing like they had weights on their legs. It
is a possibility. You know the interesting thing, my mother actually watched this match and she sent a message to the family WhatsApp. I said, hi children, I'm watching this game. The Nigerian team are not playing well. They are defending too deep. I think they're going the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
I don't know. That's where I get it from. We should have mommy on the show instead of him.
My 72-year-old mother could tell that this team wasn't playing well.
So let me tell you, I'm not talking too much because I went to sleep.
I
refuse to let high blood pressure kill me.
I agree.
In the neighborhood, once they made a goal, you heard the noise. I saw the videos. But then I was like, okay. And I started seeing comments on social media. I said, it's not me and you people. I went to bed.
I went on the boat cruise yesterday, organized by some people, and I was watching.
She's living the life.
Yes.
La vida.
Sorry.
You see,
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Continue.
And honestly, we planned to have a party all night.
Because you thought we were
I had
going to
packed my
win.
bags thinking I was going to come from there straight to work.
Nobody
And you know what's making it worse? Remember all of last week, Nigerians were taking on every comment on social media. And so people have said this felt like it was Nigeria against Africa. We're trying to dead that narrative, but we understand what it means in social media. But now it's like it's the continent, every country.
But nobody can be as...
But wait,
they tried.
I just saw a video just now when I was getting my makeup done. An eagle is inside
in the water. They were trying to help me out.
No, really, to be honest, the whole of Africa is actually rejoicing right now.
I know.
Because they've been cooking us.
They know that if Nigeria had won, they will not let anybody rest in the next week and a half.
But it's funny, people outside, even other Africans, like we're now supporting Nigeria because they felt Nigeria was the favorite. It was easy to say that Nigeria was the favorite to win.
Yeah, Nigeria was the favorite.
And then the way we have gone back to just the normal, as in, listen, life has continued for us.
Shouldn't it But what happens next? Do you think we're keeping the coach, this mix of boys that we now have for the national team, what happens with them as well?
I think we should keep the coach. His mandate coming into the tournament was to get to the semi-finals.
Yeah.
He did more than that.
Okay.
He got to the final. The last time we had the Africa Cup of Nations, we got knocked out in the second round. So that shows progress. Has he played better than before? Yes. Coming into this game, we hadn't won in 5 competitive games. At this tournament, we won 5 straight competitive games. So there is progress in this particular team. But also spirit thought for Cote d'Ivoire. I mean, this is a team that they were virtually out.
I love it for them.
It's a Hollywood story.
It's a Cinderella story.
Absolutely. They were virtually out, but somehow they came back into the tournament, built up a head of steam. The momentum carried them through to the final, and they won. And also a personal story, a guy who scored the winning goal, Sebastian Haller. In July 2022, he was diagnosed with testicular cancer.
Wow.
Chemotherapy, lost his hair, everything.
Wow.
In January 2023, he came back to football. 2024, he's scoring the winning goal in an AFCON fan. I'm getting goosebumps just being happy for him.
As much as we can be disappointed in the Eagles, we must say congratulations.
Yes.
Ivory Coast. Well done.
Yes, they deserve it.
Well deserved, hard fought.
After all, let me just say that after all, we are all Africa.
Yeah.
Whether we like
We
it or
are
not.
Africa. Africa is out.
So now, while we may not have clinched the African Cup of Nations victory, there's still plenty to be excited about. It's Valentine's week, guys. After all, it's time to celebrate love, affection in all forms. So quickly, before we head on a break, let me ask, what's your most memorable Valentine's?
Who are you asking? Please turn and face the right person. It's you. Tunde Koiki, sorry.
Tunde is close to me. So really, what's been your most favorite Valentine's?
It's okay.
I've started
it
that
happens.
Tunde.
Funny enough,
You're not a Valentine person.
not
really.
Not really.
Very stingy.
No, it's not. For the last time of getting handkerchiefs and boxers, it is what it is. You don't exactly look forward to it.
But today, that's really hard.
You should change your behavior.
Hard eating.
Check
It has nothing to do with me.
Seriously, check your behavior.
No,
Valentine changed
I didn't get a
when I
nice
had my
watch
daughter.
once. I didn't get a nice watch.
Because she was born Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
She's taking Valentine practically from me all her life. So.
Yeah, because you remember Valentine's, you remember her birthday.
Yeah.
And then you celebrate birthday, and then you leave Valentine's Day.
Yes,
So how about you?
Sure.
I thought you were going to skip me. I really wanted you to. No, mine is not TV friendly.
Wow.
Did you see Lala's expression? Wow.
Let's keep it moving, people.
All right. I need to say, since Tolu is not talking, it's fine. I'm all about roses, I'm all about wine, I'm all about,
chocolate, candlelight dinner. Okay.
All right, because Catherine is all about that, it's also time for us to let you know you might need to get your tuxedos and evening dresses dry cleaned ahead of Valentine's Day because there'll be no shortage of events and dinners to attend. And the traffic, and the people wearing matching ankle, red and white. So we'll leave that anyway.
My God.
But entries are still open for Jasiri's Match Your Vibe Lovers competition. And here's a reminder of what you need to do. So what we want from you is a 30-second video posted and tagging News Central using the hashtag #MatchYourVibe, following News Central on Facebook, Instagram, and X, you and your partner. Then tell us in 30 seconds, and only 30 seconds, I'm stressing this, why your partner matches your vibe. It's as easy as that. We want to see if you guys have locked in and loved yourself. And of course, we have fantastic gifts for you that include an absolutely beautiful branded box from us at News Central, and of course, movie tickets for 2 for you and your loved one this holiday season. So of course,
Tolu makes it sound so delicious. I was
delicious.
whispering to Lola
Can I?
terms and conditions apply, which include that staff. I don't need to finish that.
Yeah.
But anyway, before Jasiri ends today, you're going to find out about something else that you can do this Valentine's season. We're going to take a break, let Tunde go, and then of course we have much more coming your way. Jasiri returns in just a moment. Stay with us.
Welcome back to Jasiri. You're watching us here on News Central. Remember, we're live on our social media platforms. So if you're on the move and can't watch us on DSTV 422 or StarTimes channel 274. You can still be part of the conversation on X, Facebook and Instagram. Just make sure to use the hashtag Jasiri. That way we know that you're watching.
And today we have a very special guest joining us who came from across the ocean to spread some love this Valentine's season. Our guest is Tunde Koiki, affectionately known as FTK. You said?
Sorry.
Ah, my goodness. She's an international wedding and event planner extraordinaire, thank you. She's here to give us a sneak peek into the highly anticipated event, Bond With Me 007, happening right here in Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome, FTK. Thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome to the show.
It's the gold glitter for me.
My God. And when you say FTK, it sounded like international should follow it. That's why I said it.
International
FTK international.
I added it later.
Honestly, we're very excited to have you, FTK. We're very thrilled, actually. And I like the Bond With Me 007. Sounds like an absolute dream. When I see 007, I'm seeing a man in a tux, jumping and shooting guns.
A good-looking man.
Yeah,
good-looking
of course, gorgeous. That's an understatement. Can you tell us a little bit more about the inspiration behind this event and what the attendees this year can expect? I mean, I'm already picturing myself like in a sleek gown, with sipping martini, or no, I'm more of a Long Island girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please come back to us. Come back to us.
Yeah, she's already
She's
there. She's there. I love it. I love that you're envisioning it already. So it was just basically a nice Valentine, luxurious vibe that we started off in the United States 7 years ago. Just was super bored in the States with Valentine's being very commercial. It was very commercial, like at stores, and you saw the vibe, but you didn't feel it and you didn't have that experience. And so what we wanted to do is I just started brainstorming with a team of people, and I was like, we cannot continue to do Valentine's boring, same old, same old. So I was like, let's create an experience for people. And who better than the James Bond, different genres of movies and themes. And so we just started to think of, if we want to create a beautiful, luxurious ambience, who does that best? And who gives that vibe of, I'm going to a banquet with a Bond girl and it's going to be beautiful. Wow. Yes, so that's why we kind of came up with it. It's been such a hit in the United States. And of course, as a Nigerian babe, I was like, we needed to bring it home at some point. And I'm glad year 8, we are in Lagos, Nigeria.
Wow. I actually wanted to say, is it because you look like a Bond girl?
No, I
near her. She does.
I think we all look like Bond girls. Okay.
I was going to ask her. So when Tunde was saying, look at Catherine, I was gone because I was thinking, so if there are no Bond lovers, I mean,
you mean
I'm a fan of
Sean Connery. Number one Bond. Nobody.
There's so many. Sean Connery is my favorite as well. I also
say Roger Moore.
I like
Pierce.
I like Pierce Morgan.
Pierce Brosnan.
Brosnan.
Yes, Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see,
Brosnan.
Sean brought something. Whether it's a Scottishness or whether it's just...
But Sean Connery is my favorite.
Yeah.
So but we're not talking about our favorite Bond.
Let's not talk about our favorite Bonds.
Yeah.
But there's so many themes, and we've done the different, we've done like a masquerade ball, we've done like the in the 1800s, like we've done different themes. This year we're strictly making it a high Bond fashion.
Cool.
Come in your favorite banqueting vibe, look your best.
I'm thinking about my closet right now.
There's something in everyone's closet that they can wear. So don't feel the need to go create something. A nice, beautiful black outfit, something very, Bond-ish, a red outfit, glitter, gold, anything that looks like you could go to,
FTK, I have to ask, we were just getting caught up in our favorite Bonds right now. In terms of these editions of the event being themed around James Bond movies, this year is Casino Royale.
Yes.
And that's an epic one, Casino Royale in Lagos.
Yeah.
How do you really infuse those Bond elements into the event?
So for us, because we've done the different themes of Bond, we just kind of bring in like, the blackjacks, like you're going to a Bond secret mission and you're literally transported into that. So in the United States, we've been able to do like the roulette tables, we've done blackjack, we've incorporated the scenery of what a Bond event is like when, he's going out with one of the Bond girls at the banquet and then secretly they do some crazy stuff behind the scenes, that type of move. So the different sceneries and we try to recreate some of the sceneries, but still staying authentic to the FTK Connect events, way of doing events ourselves. So yeah.
Okay, I find that really interesting.
Nice. I want to ask, this is Nigeria. We don't do things regular. I know you've curated and we ain't regular. Nigerians, anytime we take something, we
Did you see the wedding this weekend?
Please.
I just said the wedding. I didn't say anything else.
Can we please stay?
We do and overdo. That's what it is.
Please ask your question. Sorry.
Thank God.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you about the lineup of your celebrity guests and musical performances at this year's event.
Yes.
Nigeria, we're all about who's coming.
I know. I've
So
learned.
what do you think they'll bring to the table to
this
give
year.
that, Bond feel, giving that James Bond feel that is not Nigerian, but we have to bring it home.
Yes. While we're we're an international event planning company, we are still at the root and foundation of it all. I'm a Nigerian. I own the company. I'm the creative director. And so we're definitely infusing the Naija vibe into like a James Bond theme. So not forgetting that. But first and foremost, doesn't Osas look like a Bond girl?
No, Osas is a Bond girl.
Bond get so bad.
Every time like Osasa is beauty.
I mean, day one of the event, thinking of coming to Lagos, Osas has been in the, even before we spoke to her, she was the only first choice we had. And I can confidently say this on TV because I did not approach anybody else. It was just Osas and she was available and it was perfect. So Osas and Bobby are our hosts.
So we're having this Bobby James Bond tuxedo. I want to see how he's going to pull that off.
Bobby's stylish.
No, he's very stylish, but it feels like he's just going to end up carrying it with some form of comedy. That we're going to
he has to.
He already started. If you looked at his Snapchats, and we were all together last week, and he was cracking us up. It was like Bond with broken English.
Yeah.
With broken English.
Pigeon Bond.
Pigeon Bond, exactly.
Bond.
Exactly.
So let's take a look at the work you've done with your company so far, incorporating elements, relevant trends, and everything has brought you this far. But I must say that along the way, you must have recognized that the way we do things must be different from the way other people do things in different climes. So what would you clearly say would be that difference?
There's so
apart
many.
From the Nigerian factor.
Aside from the Nigerian factor is a major thing.
Yes.
But
it feels like you've been burnt.
Oh, see, so without shading our country, overall, I've been in the wedding and event planning business for 17 years.
Okay.
And so out of the 17 years, I've done weddings and smaller events in Lagos for 10 of those 17 years. So I'm not new to the wedding and event industry in Lagos. What is different this time is I'm the convener of my events, and so it's coming from a different element. It's so one of the major things I would say is in the United States, we have a template, we run it, I created mine that works for us and all our our clients from all over the world in the last 17 years, and we have a systematic way of doing things. Lagos, Nigeria.
I love it. The Nigerian came out.
The Nigerianness. I don't know how to vocalize the Nigerian factor because it is a major thing.
Okay, so apologies for interrupting. What are some of the biggest issues? Because you're dealing with vendors, different types of vendors, but you're going to hold this because we need to go on a break. So I want to think about that. What are the biggest issues you think you've encountered as an event planner in Nigeria and how, aspiring event planners can work around that? But the conversation will continue with FTK International as we look at the Bond with Me 007 Lagos Royale. It's going to be an event and we're probably going to be, it's all right. We're going on a quick break. When we come back, there's much more. Stay with us. You're still watching Jasiri, and you can see we're already in the mood for love. A lot of laughter and joy this morning on the show, and that's how we want to start Mondays most times. Our guest is FTK International, as we're calling her now. Event planner, wedding planner extraordinaire. There we go. It's not going to trip me this time. And we're talking about, of course, the Bond With Me 007 Lagos Royale event coming up on the 14th. We're all going to get through the traffic to get there.
Yes.
But you know, you were just getting into the differences between planning events in Nigeria and planning events abroad. And I was talking about vendors. I have a few event planner friends. Vendors will drive you crazy. Between, is it the food, the drinks, the setup, even DJs are vendors, all of that. What do you think is some of the hardest things to deal with? And we really need to be introspective with this industry that's booming.
Yeah, it is
and find a way to make it much more professional.
I think first and foremost, we overuse WhatsApp in Nigeria. And I'm not opposed to it, but when you're doing vendor meetings and you want to communicate with your vendors, people should be more open to using email. It's more professional, you can attach, documents, and everything can be synced into one. But, vendors, and I've seen this over the years. Oh, WhatsApp me, WhatsApp it to me. WhatsApp it to me. And I'm like, what's up it to me? And I'm like, we have a very distinct way of doing things. We have things tabulated. We have things, just very organized in a Word documents. We want to attach things. We want to email you. We want you to see the signature. We want you to understand. But you do all of this work and it's pointless, because if you don't WhatsApp it to them, it's like it didn't happen. And then you keep repeating yourself over and over again. So people aren't as professional. I'm thankful that I've been able to work with some of the great ones that have crossed over. Some of them actually have done international events with me in, like, say, LA, in the DC area. So some of them are well-traveled and well-read. And that's why I really love long-lasting relationships, people that I've established relationship with. I mean, one of our media people, we have a few, I did my first large wedding in Lagos with him almost 10 years ago. Wow. And he's still going to be part of the media crew this year. I mean, in 2 days. Yeah. So I believe in long-lasting relationship. I believe that people in Nigeria overall, in the wedding and events industry
ecosystem,
we need to do better. We need to do better.
International. I was just thinking, because we know that Naira has been... Naira's been going through it.
Naira's been Nairaing.
No, he's been going through it.
Or on Nairaing.
And a lot has been going through the Naira. Yeah. I know that it must, because you are from the abroad. And I know that, what am I thinking? It should be easy for you.
Don't think that.
Or it should be cheaper.
It should cheaper for you.
Yeah,
that's what I was going. I was looking at a beauty.
That's the setup.
I think your beauty was confusing me. So I was like, okay, is it hard to plan? I was just thinking from
it is. It still is. Don't let's be confused. What it is everyone, including the carpenters, everyone is like dollar rate this and this. So things have literally quadrupled. Wow. So things have become more expensive. And even if you've been doing this for years and years, which I've had great experience and many years under my belt, but you're still kind of like a newbie in that one specific spare of what you're doing, you're still considered a newbie. And so it's like trying to prove yourself to certain people. Some of these vendors, thankfully, have worked with me for many years, and we've established that and we're great with them, but it's almost like some of the newer people or sponsors or people you want to be a part of the event. So don't think of it as, oh, she's coming from the United States and everything should just be handed. No, ma'am. Wow. It's been 3 times more, challenging, and I just love my country. If not, I want to throw the whole country away.
Wow. You sound like us on any regular day. On any regular day.
Honestly.
All right, so FCK, we've dealt with the Bond With Me 007 Lagos Royale, but we also have you here because there was something you said earlier that feeds into our next conversation. That's about how commercial Valentine's has gotten. And I don't know if this is a commercial consequence of it, but a trend we've seen now is this whole Valentine's trend. So Fake-Emi, I want you to really speak to this in terms of like the spirit of Valentine's we're facing. Weigh in on it. Yeah. We all know about Valentine's. What do you know about Galentine's?
Galentine actually has been one of my selling points to females, because everybody's like, oh, should you just come with your lovers? Should you be married to your event? I'm like, no, we're looking for dating, engaged, divorced, date. Anyone can come to the event, and Gal friends who can all chill and be like, you know, Galentine's is usually a day before Valentine's Day, but you know, it extends and people are, you know, Valentine's is mostly red, Galentine's is mostly pink, you know, so it's like a fusion of both. I'm telling a bunch of girlfriends, because we have guys who are, you know, getting the table, girlfriends, come, you know, huddle together. If you don't know about Galentine's, so to speak, it's more commercialized, I think, in the Western world. Come and do it at our events, and let the ladies come together. And if you're a God when.
This is being God today.
Today.
If you haven't, listen, if you don't know about this thing that he came in, FTK is talking about, Galentine's, actually, it's a time when single ladies, you understand, they, even married women, divorcees, they gather somewhere and they celebrate friendship and independence. Quality response to the tension caused by lovers on the ground, I don't know, but this is happening. Now, this is what I found on my timeline this weekend, guys. It's about Galentine's Day, Galentine, the new normal. Galentine's Day is so funny to me. It's just a group of single girls swearing that they're happy. First, what do you think about this post before we take reactions to his tweets, really?
No, I don't agree. I do not. I feel like Galentine's is just what you exactly called it. Women celebrating friendship. And I have a bunch of ladies that I personally know that make it a yearly thing. It's kind of like their annual thing. And even in that spirit of just whether you're married, divorced, or single, whatever it is, you're just cuddling up with your friends and you're just like celebrating life. And I don't see it from that negative angle.
Why are people always so obsessed with women's singleness? You never hear that single men are unhappy.
Exactly.
So why are we always talking? But let's take some reactions to this tweets, because I saw it and it was like, okay, what are we really talking about? Here are some of the reactions. Somebody said men are out here dying of loneliness, but you want to make fun of us and us being women for having community. Another reaction to this tweet: I have a partner, but I'd still go to my friend's Galentine's. It's a fun celebration of friendship and has nothing to do with not being happy. If you don't have friends, just say that. They're not sure why they're cooking you, but you're right. It's for the unmarried and unwanted, and especially those who think they deserve everything. That's definitely a man.
Honestly, I don't get that.
So it all opens up this conversation around, even because I think one of the other replies talks about the fact that during this period is a harsh period for a lot of men. Loneliness. Women are very much more free and open with, oh, I love you, my friend, let's hang out. But loneliness, and then the woman also talked about the fact that suicides, men are more likely to try to commit suicide, and men are more likely to be successful at committing suicide. And so you have a tweet like this that's making fun of the fact that women are finding communities with themselves, but meanwhile, you're saying it's just about single. I think we have one more tweet on that. Let's see what it is. Okay, why are all these men up in women's business? We say nothing when y'all celebrate Valentine's every Sunday together in testosterone and masculinity to watch grown men sweating after a ball and screaming in unison like a chorus of wild boar. Oh my God, wild boars for more than an hour.
Geez.
Whether that was Super Bowl football or it's Nigerian football,
and
Arsenal,
it becomes a community thing.
But actually, maybe the men are missing out on something. Maybe because women are more emotional and we're more expressive.
Emotionally intelligent.
Well, I've heard that I've heard that. I don't know if you've heard it. I've heard that it's a spin-off of Galentine's, and people like the men, as we can see from the tweets, they're not looking like they're taking them seriously. What do you think? I mean, is it a trend that we have woken up to here completely, or we are still in the process of
There's so many Galentine's events that
there
I've
are
seen
many
come across my
Galentine's
timeline.
events. I'm not sure how popular it is
It's becoming
in
very popular
Nigeria,
now.
but I know in the Western world it really is. And for me, I see it as a pre-Valentine celebration. So you're hanging out with your girlfriends, and then maybe the next day could be for you and a lover, or still a continuation of Galentine's wherever you guys meet yourself. Again, I think that just trying to create a special bond, a special moment, whether it's your friends, whether it's even your sisters, your family, whatever it is, as long as you're celebrating love, just knowing that love is the core of who we are. It's not a big deal, whether it's guys, you know, hanging out and just enjoying themselves, you know, as guy friends. It's harmless.
Our male friendships are celebrated as women's friendships, and I'll tell you this. Here's an example. Let me not out anybody, but I know someone who has run into the same guy for probably the past 5 years. He doesn't know his name. But every time they see, how far, my guy, he
Men
does
are
not
like that.
know his name.
This sounds like my husband.
Are you talking about him? So it feels like while they have their form of their own friendships and communities, for many of them, it doesn't go.
Touch and go.
Yes, it doesn't go as deep as women. Yes, we may have our issues. Before a new woman enters your group, we can be quite skinny. But that space and community is so interesting now. You're even finding women traveling alone. Women who are saying, you know what, let's buy a house together. Let's rent a space together. Maybe this is a single mom and married. We're going to build that community around our children. The concepts of singleness are changing. I don't know why people are still obsessed.
I don't know. Like this Galentine thing, honestly, it's not like I've not heard of it, but I've not really, maybe I've not thought about it so deeply. I have a group of friends that we're always doing things together, but maybe now I'll tell them we've been galentining.
We've been galentining without knowing.
Whether we like it or not, I think it's a trend that has come to stay.
I think so
that's the
too.
truth of it.
I think so
Whether
too.
we accept it immediately or not, the same people who are tweeting up and down, and I think there's a response to one of the tweets that we read, I think the first tweet that we read. It's whether we like it or not, this thing has come to stay. And it's not a bad thing.
It's not.
We're all about communications and we're all about looking for safe spaces. Let's see the reaction to that tweet. Yes.
Okay, here is the one. So considering Valentine's Day is a day with a marked increase in suicide due to exacerbated feelings of isolation and loneliness, and men are often the most successful at suicide attempts, you might want to learn from women for 5 minutes.
Ooh.
FTK, what do you think?
Wow, woo. Well, women are filled with wisdom. That I gotta say. Most women are wise women, and so I'll plead the fifth.
For me, I just think that we need to create women are good at creating community, but we need to begin to encourage men. If you notice, a lot of them would say that women do things together, but sometimes you need to actually encourage men to be in tune with their emotions and be a little more open about their feelings.
Yes, the mothers need to do a better job overall. I think the whole past narrative of let men be bold and strong and let them not show their emotion is being like, it should, let's dead it as a Naija. You know, I'm raising my son to be, to show his emotions, to be very articulate and speak and communicate. So I think that it would also be harmless to have galentines and gal or guy friends. It could be a mix. Personally, I like events where there's guys and girls. I really don't like, just only female bridal shower, only female baby shower. I'm a co-ed girl anytime, but I also know that there is a space and time for just your girlfriends and just your guy friends. But encouraging the men, I don't know. I think they're encouraged, honestly. I think they're okay.
I spoke for you men, but I was shut down.
Because you know what?
They're not suffering.
It's not just that. We have not yet finished all the issues on our head. Let them carry their own burden.
But after some time, they're going to say, oh, is this feminism?
No, it's not about feminism. All right, so we need to go on a quick break, and this is when we're going to have to let Feyikemi go. But thank you so much, FTK International.
Thank you.
I love it. International wedding and event planner. Thank you so much for joining us on Jasiri. The Bond With Me 007 Lagos Royale event is coming up on Wednesday, so you need to check our timelines. There might be a little bit of surprise for you there. We'll keep that to ourselves.
And when we come back after the break, you know what time it is. It's time to get it all hot in here.
I'm already hot.
Hot topics time.
I'm already hot. Welcome back to Jasiri. Now remember, we're live on our social media platforms. So if you're on the move and can't watch us on DSTV 422 or Star Times 274, you can still be part of the conversation on X, Facebook, and Instagram. Make sure to use the hashtag Jasiri so we know you're watching. I'm sing-songing.
All right, so even though we're not jubilating over the Eagles' win, we're celebrating the indomitable spirit and boundless talent of Nigerian women in sports. From the basketball court to the track and field, our women are making waves and breaking barriers like never before. First, congratulations goes to the Nigerian female basketball team for qualifying for Paris 2024 Olympics. Yes! A momentous achievement that not only showcases their exceptional skills on the court, but also underscores their resilience and determination to compete at the highest level of international football. God damn it.
International basketball.
Sorry. International.
You just still want to say congratulations to the Super Eagles. And
Ouch. Basketball. What are your thoughts? Oh. Okay.
I'm ecstatic for them. The Tigresses have, how do we pick these names? I'll talk about that later.
Right?
The Tigresses have an outstanding record, and they've just shown once again that they are one of the most formidable female basketball teams on the African continent, and I'm very, very happy for them. Best of luck to them in Paris, but thankful they scaled through, and at least there is some good news in the sporting world for Nigerians this weekend.
But I wonder why some basketball is not like popular like America. Because in America, basketball is one of their
their top three.
But in Nigeria,
everything goes under football.
Everything is.
And then it's actually everything under male football, because even the Super Falcons, who have done fantastic, they don't get as much. So we can get into that whole conversation about that. But it's a really historic qualification, and we hope that it opens more people's eyes to female basketball. And we know a lot of things are happening there with NBA Africa now. It's just a fantastic space to be in. And these ladies, they left everything on the court and made sure they came out with a victory.
Take a look at Ruth Usoro now. Look at her phenomenal performance in the long jump event, breaking records, securing her spot at Paris 2024 Olympics with a massive jump of 6.87 meters. Now, that's what I call soaring to new heights.
Which one of you did track and field in school?
Silence! No, track and field.
Okay, what sports?
I used to run 200 meters.
Okay, Lolo?
Yeah. And I always won.
You used to what?
Play tente.
You
That was a sport. And it took a lot of energy to play tente. And a lot of mind, guessing the leg that was going to go out. That was a lot. It was international level. I represented our school.
No.
But funny enough, I didn't do tracks. I did more creative stuff. I was the best debater in my class.
Oh, okay.
I did a lot of impromptu speeches. Those were my own.
So that showed you into law, and then where you've now ended up into entertainment as well.
I wasn't like a track girl. I swim in my dreams, but I went to Ijebo Day school. The only thing we had close to a swimming pool was a frog pond near my school.
Lola, I didn't expect that. Stop it now. This is just one day.
Lola.
Please, take it easy.
I played volleyball.
Yes.
I played volleyball from middle school.
You look like someone who would do that.
I played volleyball from middle school to high school.
So let's not go there.
I played volleyball for NYSC. I went to the NYSC
I played
games
volleyball for NYSC too.
What else? And now I'm teaching Corday to play volleyball. No, we must pass it along. You can't be tall for nothing. Basketball was not for me. Hand-eye coordination was a fail.
But at least I'm happy with it. Women are doing great in sport. So whether you like it or not, we are doing great, and we are making our country proud. And it's something that we should encourage. Our women lay it out there every time they go out to play. So we need more support. We need more support. So that now that they qualify for Paris 2023, I hope we're going to raise an army.
Just for the same way we've raised an army.
Yeah, because when the men play, the whole
race for the girls. Let the Tigresses feel our support, even though I don't have a tall child. But
all right, so as we continue with this, we of course know that there are conversations we can be having about, supporting the men and maybe not supporting the women as much. But at the end of the day, they are flying the Nigerian flag high. We wish them all the best of luck. We congratulate them for everything that they've done, and we look forward to them doing even more amazing feats. Now, don't forget, we also told you about a solo female traveler.
Yes. Remember the travel vlogger that we announced her solo road journey from London to Lagos a few weeks ago? Well, we have an update. We have been keeping tabs on Pelumi's progress, and yesterday she posted that she had entered the African continent. She's in Morocco. Now the the journey has sparked a lot of interest and debate, with some people questioning its authenticity and others hailing it as a remarkable feat of adventure. I'm wondering, why are people doubting her? Anyway, let's watch this clip and then we'll discuss.
We are in Africa, we are on the continent, we have made it, like, oh my gosh. The journey is still so much to do, but the fact that we have come so far together is incredible. She's right there behind me, looking very dirty. I don't think I'm ever gonna wash her, but we freaking did it. How incredible.
Oh, wow.
So, why
That's
are
the
we
journey.
doubting?
I don't know why we're
How many weeks has
doubting.
she traveled now?
I'm not sure. I think we talked about this 2.5, 3 weeks ago. But my issue is we had the guy who did the bike ride as well. His surname is Adeyanju. I can't remember his first name. But I never saw any doubting of his ride.
Right. Is it because she's a woman?
I don't know. So is it because maybe she's not posting what they expect? Because he was very active, making sure people were kept abreast. The nights he had to sleep in some villages, where he had to sleep on the side of the road and all those kind of things. Is it that you want more content and more information from her? Ask. Because people are sitting behind their keyboards and they're doubting someone's trip that is putting their life at risk and going on this adventure. So I don't know. I don't know.
But you know, we are normally very skeptical by nature, and we feel, first of all, you say, no, that's not possible. Some people will go as far as requesting for proof of let's show us something. Every place you stop by, it's not possible that you can do this by road. Who has ever thought of it?
But Tolu, won't this make irregular migration a thing? If she traveled, everybody be thinking,
this is the route that she took?
Let me get to Akada.
What they forget.
Okada from Musa or Usman and do my own and plan.
And reverse, do a Lagos to London.
That lady, she did it and she came from London.
That's
she
when they
didn't enter
realized
a boat or fly a plane. That means there's a way.
Yeah, but Los Papeles are in orders now. Her papers would be ordered.
Well, there are some reactions to her journey so far and to her posting. Let's see what those reactions are saying in terms of what people think. So someone said, make I hear say she did do I'm true. Person wave fly reach Morocco. Then somebody replied and said, stop speaking foolishly. Everything is recorded. She uses ferry to cross herself and the car in water regions. Check her page on TikTok, especially for proof, and stop sounding stupid because you can't do something.
Okay.
I said keyboard warriors.
Listen.
Until she airs her journey from scratch live. I don't believe her. The white lady driving around the globe has a 24-hour, 360-degree camera, and you can see her mileage as she journeys across continents. Make sure they play. Someone asked how she crossed into Morocco, and somebody replied, ferry. It's on her page. Why are we so dismissive of efforts? When we don't seem to know something or understand it, we assume that that's how it is.
But the thing is, I think she should be maybe a little more deliberate. But you know, this planning, sometimes it takes a lot of funding. And I don't know if she has private funding. I have seen companies actually fund some of these trips
adventures,
and that makes their life a little easier. If she's doing it on her own, it might be a little more arduous on her pocket, and she might not be able to get a 360 camera. I saw some of her get-up. They were quite simple things, like where she could drink water,
and it's just
where she could sleep in her car.
Guys, it's just something she decided she wanted to do. She doesn't doesn't need to go on billboard to tell you guys that. If people are already doubting her and not believing the authenticity of her journey, then it's on them, not on her.
It definitely is on them. But Palumi and your team, we are waiting for you when you reach Lagos. We're expecting you here, one of the chairs for the conversation, and we'll definitely make that happen.
Yeah.
All right, so ladies, we'll be wrapping up the show today, but unfortunately for those who are watching, and of course if you're Nigerian, it's going to be us wrapping up on a rather sad note. And it's clear that while Palumi's journey has sparked reactions, we close with reactions and of course thoughts and prayers on the passing of a remarkable Nigerian. So as we close today's show, we are reminded of the tragic news of the passing of Herbert Wigwe, the CEO of Access Holdings, his wife and son, and I believe 2 or 3 others in a helicopter crash that occurred over the weekend in California in the United States. Now, in a world where we often get caught up in the hustle and the bustle of everyday life, moments like this, his death, and how much outpouring has come out from people serve as a sober reminder of the fragility of our existence. And as we reflect on his final words, Let us honor his memory with a moment of silence, paying tribute to a life lived with purpose, kindness, and gratitude. His final tweet, today and always, let us remember that life is a precious gift, a chance to breathe, feel, love, and experience and connect. Let's honor this gift by living with purpose, kindness, and gratitude, making every moment count. Let us number our days.
And this is a sobering moment for all of us. And as we wrap up today's show, let us carry forward Herbert Wigwe's message of appreciation for life and commitment to living fully. Thank you for joining us today, and may we all strive to make each day meaningful.
And that's how we close today's show. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you 10 a.m. West African time tomorrow morning. Bye.